Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, February 3rd, 2018. I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes, as always here. Sorry, I got my needle stuck in the groove there. I'm always here and I always will be. This week, I'm going to be talking about the following. Tom Hanks is going to be playing good old Mr.Rogers in the biopic You Are My Friend. Okay. Hunter x Hunter is finally coming back into serialization after the 6-month hiatus. Woo! Napping Princess anime film is living live and living large the dream on home video. That's right. eBay has signed an agreement with Adyen to become its main primary payment processing partner. It means it's finally kicking PayPal out the window, and I'm going to explain what that means to the eBayers out there, especially myself. Nintendo Switch has surpassed the Wii U's worldwide lifetime sales, as if that was difficult to do. Sunrise revealed the new Gundam Build Divers TV anime for spring premiere, and I saw the prologue for it, and oh boy is it good. And One Punch Man artist Yusuke Murata is going to be launching a manga based on one of my favorite movies from the 80s. No, it's not The Karate Kid. It's Back to the Future. That's right. So let's kick this in overdrive, grab your hoverboards, and let's get started this week with the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. But before we go any further, you know the drill. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. That's me. I'm always here. I'm always there. I'm always everywhere. If you're in the mood for trading cards, collectibles, oddities, and things you just don't know exist, come check out my eBay page. There's something there for everybody. I guarantee it. I am putting new stuff up. I am working hard to do that. It does take time. But you can seriously enjoy what I have up for sale and check me out anyway. You can also follow me on Twitter at OtakuRhodes. So, how was my week? Let's go with, how was your week, Andrew? Well, actually it was pretty good. I'm finally starting to get over my cold, happily. Sadly, though, everybody else in my house is sick. Yeah. My mom has a bit of a cold, and my grandfather still has his cold. Not to mention other problems, but I'm not going to get into that here. But no, I'm finally actually starting to feel better for the first time in a couple weeks, so that's actually a good thing. Overslept last Sunday morning by about 30 minutes. That kind of pissed me off. Overslept this morning, ironically, by about 40 minutes. I wanted to be up at 5:30 this morning. I ended up getting up at like 10 after 6. Alright, like 10 or 20 after 6, so about anywhere from 40, 50 minutes off. So, yeah, it's been one of those wild rides. I had scored a day off because of weather on Wednesday, which was actually nice. I didn't have to worry about driving in ice, so that really made my day. But other than that, I haven't really been up to much of anything lately. No, before anybody asks, I am not preparing for the Super Bowl. I don't like either of the teams in the Super Bowl this year, so I am not bothering with the Super Bowl. Then, now we got that out of the way. But, yeah, so let's get started with the podcast. Let's jump on in and let's get this baby rolling, shall we? Alright, so, who out there hasn't heard of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? That weird-esque show that was supposed to teach children the wonders of the world and how to be kind and polite, sort of like Sesame Street, but for the people that were freaked out by very large puppets and Muppets. Well, if you liked Sesame Street or you liked Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, well, guess what? If you're a fan of Tom Hanks, you're really going to be loving this. If not, you might just have to put up with it. Tom Hanks is going to be playing Mr. Rogers in the biopic You Are My Friend. Diary of a Teenage Girl director Marcel Heller, will helm the Sony TriStar picture. So Tom Hanks wants to be your neighbor. The Oscar winner is set to play late TV personality Fred Rogers in the biopic You Are My Friend, which has been acquired by TriStar Pictures. Yeah. Ariel Heller, The Diary of a Teenage Girl, will helm the screenplay by Mikai. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Mikai Fitzerman-Blue, and Noah Harpster. I do apologize, by the way, if I'm mispronouncing any names. The screenplay appeared on the 2013 Blacklist. Whoa. Interesting. No, I don't know what the Blacklist is, so I'm just going interesting in general. The feature, which is set to begin production in September, is inspired by a real-life friendship between Fred Rogers and award-winning journalist Tom Junod, 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 something. A cynical journalist begrudgingly accepts an assignment to write a profile piece on the beloved TV icon Mr. Rogers and finds his perspective on life transformed. That's all well and good, but now let's remember, Tom Hanks also played Walt Disney in a movie too, so this isn't really outside of his wheelhouse. While I'm not a big fan of Mr. Rogers, I watched it growing up, according to my mom. She will always say this. You watched it growing up, then they started doing repeats, you stopped watching, which is fine. Mark Turtletab and Peter Scarf will produce via their Big Beach Films, along with Yorny Henley. Fitzerman-Blue and Harpster will executive produce alongside Big Beach's Leah Holzer. I do apologize again if I'm mispronouncing names. I have never heard so many weird names before. I do apologize. Let's see here. Hannah Minghella and Shiri Shirazi will oversee the production for TriStar. Names I've never heard of. Fred Rogers was the star of the long-running children's TV show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It was subject of the documentary Won't You Be My Neighbor that premiered at this year's Sundance Film Festival and is set to be released by Focus Features. He died in 2003. And multiple rumors started afterwards about his lifestyle and other things. And in all honesty, believe what you want, believe what you don't want. I really don't care. Like I said, I watched the show growing up. Then I stopped. There's a reason. I watched Barney for a few years when I was little, then I stopped. There's a reason. Hanks, repped by CAA, can currently be seen in Steven Spielberg's The Post. He is set to reprise his role of Woody in Pixar's Toy Story 4, and is attached to Amblin/Universal sci-fi feature Bios. What the hell is Bios? Hold on, I'm about to look that one up here quick. Ooh, I gotta look something up on the podcast. That's a rare occurrence. You just gotta look up stuff for the podcast. Okay, let's see here. Bios film. Okay, so Variety, sometime last year. Oh, look at that. Variety's got the answer for me. Wow, that's a first. Usually there's a Wikipedia page for shit like this. Okay. Let's see here. Some Bios, the hot spec package, Games of Thrones, blah, 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 pen, blah, blah, blah. Oh, stupid. Damn advertisements. But anyway, well, I looked that up. I mean, like I said, this isn't exactly something that's outside of Tom Hanks' wheelhouse. In all honesty, like I said, he plays really good biopics for multiple things. He did that. He played Walt Disney in that Mary Poppins movie, which that was fine. He did what was that one? There was one that he did. Oh wow, there is no that's interesting. There is no Wikipedia page for this. It just gives you the computer BIOS term. That's interesting. Alright, well, as I continue to search for this quickly to figure out what this is. Like I said, he played in this. So let me get back to the topic here at hand while I continue to search for this. So we all know that he's going to be playing, reprising his role as Woody from Toy Story and Toy Story 4, which I don't think should have been made. He plays in The Post. He played that captain in that Captain Phelps, I think it was. So he was in that. Tom Hanks has done a lot of movies. He's not exactly the type of person that's gonna go and half-ass the role. He's good at any movie he touches. He goes in full force. And I mean, he goes in full force on any movie that he does. Okay, here we go. The story is about BIOS is about a robot on a post-apocalyptic Earth who was programmed to protect his creator's dog. Oh, God! The first thing I think of now is What Dreams May Come. Through that, the robot learns about love, friendship, and the meaning of... Oh, God. Oh, God, it's a science fiction version of What Dreams May Come. Oh, God, no. Oh, God. There you go, folks. There's a reaction for you. Oh, God. You make him... Oh. He said, I unattach myself from that fast if I were you, Hanks. Fast! Okay, so, Heller, who recently wrapped up filming on Melissa McCarthy's fronted Can You Ever Forgive Me? No, I can't, by the way. For Fox Searchlight, is repped by UTA and Ziffin Britterham. Seriously, I want to know where all these people are coming up with their names. I mean, I thought the Japanese names were hard to pronounce. These are English-speaking people, I'm assuming. Wow! I mean, okay, I know they speak English to get around, but I'm saying, is this their default language, or is this one they picked up in school in that? I don't know. They could answer in blinks. That could be their form of communication. They could be, visitors from another planet or another universe, for all I don't know. I've never heard of them. They're new to me. But science fiction feature BIOS is a story about a robot programmed to protect its owner's dog and learns about life. That's What Dreams May Come, and that was horrible. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, that movie was horrible. Oh, God. That movie was a train wreck of an atrocity that Robin Williams was attached to, and may he rest in peace, but God. Well, let's hope that Fred Rogers' biopic, You Are My Friend, does a lot better than that, because I think Tom Hanks is going to need some type of a redeeming factor. Hey, I liked you in Toy Story. I liked you in Castaway. I liked you in The Terminal. Turner and Hooch, I liked you. You were good way back in like the 80s and the early 90s. You were really good. Even in the 2000s and on now, you're still good, but you lost a little bit of your luster, but you're still good. But that I think will be a blotch on an otherwise spotless record for you. That's almost like giving Hugh Jackman a one of the worst. That's almost like making Hugh Jackman a Teletubby. We're going to make a live-action Teletubbies movie. We're going to have Hugh Jackman star as Tinky Winky or something. No, I got it. No, he'll be Paul. He'll be Paul, the short one. He'll be Paul. It's sad that I know that. He'll be Paul. I don't see that. That would be a blight on a spotless record. I'm an A-list. I can just see that happening. Be like, I'm an A-lister. Why am I doing this? Tom Hanks is playing in a biopic about a robot that's supposed to protect a dog. Why am I instantly thinking they're ripping off two? They're ripping off two. Oh, God. Depending on how they do this, they could be ripping off two Robin Williams movies. The man's dead. Let him. He was a great actor. Why are you ruining his life now? You're making rip-offs of his movies. Sure, What Dreams May Come sucked, but Bicentennial Man was good. Don't rip that off. Oh my God! I never even heard of BIOS until now. That's why I looked to look it up. Jeez. So, there you go, folks. So yeah, hopefully, You Are My Friend does a lot better. But You might as well make a Toy Story 5 if you're going to be involved in BIOS. You better start pandering to kids and fast, because that BIOS movie is going to kill you, I know. That BIOS movie is going to ruin you. Oh, God, that's just wrong. All right, so anybody out there, and I know I've talked about this at least once or twice on the podcast, Hunter x Hunter is a manga series and an anime series. It's been long running in shonen manga. It has gone on multiple hiatuses, because of the creator's health issues and everything else. But in all honesty, it's still a series that has always touched a lot of people. I could never really get behind it, but then again, I may not be the target audience for it. But fans of Yoshihiro Togashi's, my apologies, Hunter x Hunter, have something to celebrate today. The long-running shonen manga is back in action. Fans who purchased the recent issue of Shonen Jump, which came out, earlier this week, would have been on Monday, will find the first new Hunter x Hunter chapter in nearly 6 months, staring right back at them. And by the way, it's Hunter x Hunter, but I've heard it pronounced Hunter x Hunter, and that's just what I'm going to call it. The most recent of Togashi's many hiatuses began last September, and that's why I said I think I talked about this on the podcast back then. Though the author promised to be back before too long, today Togashi was quoted as saying, "Last year I promised I would return within the year, but it ended up being after the new year. Sorry, I'll do my best." Hey, come on. Don't push yourself too hard. I mean, that's what a lot of people don't understand with manga artists. I will constantly reference this. Read Bakuman. If you want to know what it's like to create manga, read Bakuman. That pretty much gives you an in-depth detail from best of my knowledge. But, I mean, you have strict deadlines, you don't get much sleep, your diet's horrible, you can get sick very easily. It could get very serious very quick. February 2nd, though, we'll see the release of the 35th volume of the collected Hunter x Hunter volumes. And let's hope that Togashi stays healthy and keeps delivering more Hunter x Hunter goodness. It always sucks when a manga artist has to take a hiatus. It sucks when anybody that creates something has to stop doing it for a bit of time, either because they got really sick and they can't do it, things happen, they don't have the time for it, or something else. For manga artists, it's usually we're sick, we, can't physically move, we are in the hospital or something, we had to have major surgery done. A lot of those things can really take the wind out of them. It's almost like having somebody that does voiceover work suddenly get laryngitis. That's going to bring the production to a halt if, hey, they got laryngitis. We can't record. I mean, we can record everybody else. We can't record them for a while because they got laryngitis. They're sick. Or they have to have their tonsils out, or they get a throat infection. Stuff like this happens. It's not fun when it happens, but it happens. But in all honesty, it's actually... It's sad, but at the same time, it's a welcome relief. And you know that, okay, it's nothing major. They say they'll be back. And there's always a chance that they will come back. If they won't come back, they usually try to do, like, a nice little send-off. Like, we can't come back, or I'm not able to come back, but I can, quick do, like, a nice little send-off for everybody. And it's really sad that you will never hear how the end of that story goes. But that's very rare if it does happen. I think I've only ever heard of, like, that happening twice, I think. But those were because I think the author died or something happened. I'm not sure, so don't 100% quote me. But it still is sad when stuff like that happens. But in all honesty, I understand it. I'm just glad it's back. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fan of it. I didn't follow it. I barely know anything about it, to be honest with you. But I remember talking about it at some point on a podcast. So I'm like, well, it's an update topic, because I know I talked about it. Because it came from Otaku USA, and that's where I get a majority of my topics from, because I like manga, I like anime, And, that's the type of person that I am. That's how I do things. That's how I roll. Like Frodo in the Shire. That's how I roll in the Shire. Yeah. But anyway, it's good that he's back. It's good that he's healthy again. Here's hoping that he stays that way for a while. Alright, I know I talked about this or mentioned this last week in my I can't believe there were no anime for the Academy Awards, which, by the way, thanks and a shout out to my mom for pointing out that I had the wrong date. It was the Grammy Awards that were last week. The Academy Awards are not until March. Thank you, Mom, for pointing that out for me. It's exactly 1 month after the Super Bowl, unless it's a freaking leap year. At least that's what it is this year. Thank you, Mom, for pointing that out to me. I really do appreciate that. But, who out there knows about Napping Princess? Okay, good, because I've never heard of it. Other than me mentioning it in last week's, I had seen, little advertisements for it here and there. Nothing that I really wanted to jump up that caught my attention, watch a trailer for me. Nothing really jumped to my attention. Nothing went like that and just got my attention. But Otaku USA had a topic out for it this week, had an article, so I thought, let me take a look at the article, and I'm like, this is pretty interesting. So, we've all been told to pursue our dreams at one point or another. Yeah. Here's a neat little factoid about me. I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted it when I was in first grade. I wanted to be an astronaut. First grade teacher told me, no, you can't be an astronaut. You're too tall. Not to poke a hole in the space shuttle. No. Then when I said, it's I still wanted to be an astronaut. You're too stupid to be an astronaut. So it crushed my dream of being an astronaut. But, so for those of you, though, that have a dream at one point or another that have been told to pursue it, this holds a completely different meaning for Kokone Morikawa. You find out the secrets that lie within her personal dreamland in the acclaimed anime film Napping Princess. So here's the plot, though. In the not-too-distant future, how many times has that been used as a plot opening device? I mean, that was one of the opening things for Mystery Science Theater 3000 in the not-too-distant future, somewhere between time and space. No, in the not-too-distant future, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics are a mere 3 days away. Holy crap! Really? Sweet! Where's the Mario Kart racing that I've been hearing about? Future, I'm coming! Oh, never mind. So while there's plenty of excitement in the air, I would imagine, it doesn't stop Kokone from napping while she should be studying. Hey, I did the same thing in study hall. The trick is to make it look like you're reading. Of course, the teachers will catch on if you start snoring, and then your ass is grass. Sending her straight into a dream world known as Heartland. Well, at least they didn't go with Dreamland. I'm glad for that. I shall soon find out the surreal world of motorized contraptions may just hold a secret to an event that's about to turn her life completely upside down. Kokone has to leap into action when her father, a talented but mysterious mechanic, is kidnapped for stealing technology from a powerful corporation, together with her childhood friend, Morio. Kokone discovers a trail of clues and a surprising revelation about her father's disappearance in the unlikeliest of places, Heartland. Look, I'm moving on. Written and directed by Kenji Kamiyama, who did Eden of the East. Good series, by the way. Highly recommend. Especially the 2 tie-in movies that wrap up the whole series. Highly recommended. Ghost in the Shell and Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. I can take it or leave it. Napping Princess is a widely imaginative feature unlike anything else out there. The Blu-ray release packs the film with an assortment of extras, including an interview with Kenji Kamiyama, Japanese premiere footage, and much more! So pick up your copy of Napping Princess today to explore Kokone's stunning dream world for yourself. Or, wait till somebody pops it up online on Hulu or Crackle or something, or Crunchyroll. Or better yet, just wait till it becomes discounted $2 movie or something on Amazon. Okay, well, I will admit, it seems like it's a good movie. The plot alone, though, yeah. I'm thinking, the girl who left through time meets Steam Boy and has a slight hint of Spirited Away and Kiki's Delivery Service. And that just tells you how much anime I've watched, how many anime movies I've watched. That if I'm able to think, okay, the plot kind of seems like these 4 movies combined, there you go. And it's like, I kind of seem like alright, screw it. But, I mean, honestly, though, it doesn't seem too bad, but I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're setting it in the not-too-distant future, and no, this is not the start from Mystery Science Theater 3000. I'm not going to have those talking robots here. And the 2020 Tokyo Olympics are something everybody's looking forward to. 3 days away, mind you. Wow. But that seems like it's a foreshadowing, just telling you, hey, this is the year, this is the date. Because you can easily Google, when are the Tokyo Olympics starting? And then subtract 3 days. There you go. It's the day of the movie's taking place. And that's the whole entire thing. It almost seems like that's going to be a complete backdrop and just a drop plot point in this, unless it has to do with the main story, which is basically Kakone dreaming. That's the entire thing. So while, okay, it doesn't seem like it's a bad movie, I have to see it for myself. So I don't know what to say about it, but if you want to get a copy, you can pick one up. It is available. As for me, I think I'll hold off. I don't know why, but I'm also getting a bit of a Tekken King Crete sort of vibe from that, and I really hated that thing, and I got that cheap. Ooh, that's just bad news. Alright, eBay, I love you, but I have some worries now. My family constantly says that I'm a worrywart. I say they don't worry enough. eBay's giving me some good reason to worry a slight bit now. So on Wednesday or Wednesday or Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Thursday. I was greeted to this lovely little email, which I'm going to read. It's the same thing that anybody that has an account on eBay, I assume, got. So I just want to read what this is. So it says, Dear A Rhodes -2012, which is my eBay username. You all know that. You can check me out. eBay is happy to announce plans to further improve the customer experience by intermediating payments on our marketplace platform. In doing so, eBay will manage the payment flow, simplifying the end-to-end experience for both buyers and sellers. We have signed an agreement with Adyen, a leading global payment processor, to become our primary payments processing partner. Try saying that 5 times fast. PayPal, a longtime eBay partner, will be a payments option at checkout for eBay buyers. You do not need to take any action at this time. The transition to full payments intermediation will be a multi-year journey. Over the past 3 years, eBay has transformed its business to drive the best choice and most relevant and most powerful selling platform. Building out our payments capabilities is the next step in that strategy. Payments intermediation will bring significant benefits for eBay sellers. You can expect a simplified pricing structure, more predictable access to funds, and most sellers can expect their cost of payment processing to be reduced. We're also working on ways to provide sellers a central place to track and manage their business, which can soon include payments information. And I'm not kidding, they actually have payments in this. By offering buyers more choice in how they pay and expanding payment options into more geographies, eBay believes sellers will be able to reach more buyers and improve conversion. The transition to full payment intermediation will be a multi-year journey. eBay will begin intermediation on a small scale in North America starting in the second half of 2018, expanding in 2019 under the terms of the operating agreement with PayPal. In 2021, we expect to have transitioned a majority of marketplace customers to a new payments experience. Again, you do not need to take any action at this time as eBay gets closer to the initial phase of its intermediation efforts. We will share more details about this process and next steps for sellers. In the meantime, please feel free to read the eBay Incorporated announcement for further information, for any immediate questions, or to share feedback. Please email bowl.Now@ebay.com. It's paymentsinfo@ebay.com. Which I actually should be tempted to email because I have a couple questions. I didn't think about reading that. We're looking forward to what's next and getting there with you. As always, thank you for selling on eBay. And I found then the information about this. So what does this mean for eBay sellers? Well, that's what I don't understand yet. Basically, back in 2013, eBay separated from PayPal. They each became separate companies. I think it was 2013. Hold on. I actually have that down here in the thing here. Hold on a second. Okay, no, I don't. Okay. No, I don't have that down here. But I remember that they separated. I think it was like 2013. Is it either 2011 or 2013 they separated. So, eBay and PayPal have been separated now. Which is, it's a given. They just want to go further from what I've heard and read. Now, they signed an agreement with Adyen, a leading global payments processor, to become its primary payments processing partner. Again, try saying that 5 times fast. eBay intends to further improve its customer experience by other things. But what I'm questioning, though, is this affecting like the actual business accounts that eBay has, or is this going to be everybody? Because it kind of seems like they're gearing this to everybody. What they're saying, though, for sellers, that you're going to get lower costs and more control of their economics. Most sellers can expect their cost of payments processing to be reduced after they transition to eBay's intermediated payments model and benefit from a simplified pricing structure and more predictable access to their funds. Now, from what I've read, it's going to be like 12 cents. I'm not kidding. It's like the processing fee is 12 cents. In all honesty, that's better than PayPal's, which is like 32 cents. So right off the bat, I'm fine with that. But at the same time, I question, will I still be able to take PayPal as an option? Am I going to have to get rid of my PayPal account now? That's what I want to know. Let's see, where was I? Payment model benefits from simplified pricing structure and more predictable access to their funds. I get my money almost instantaneously. I mean, if they pay for it, it's in my PayPal account, and that's immediate. How much faster, how much more predictable can it be? Central place to manage their business. eBay is working on solutions to provide sellers with information about their eBay business, inclusion of payments information in one place so that sellers can easily track and manage all of their transactions and customer interactions on eBay. Greater buyer reach and improved conversion. By offering buyers more choices in how they pay and expanding payment options into more geographies, eBay believes sellers will be able to reach more buyers and improve conversion. Conversion? The hell is conversion? For buyers, though, more payment options at checkout. eBay is focused on providing consumers greater choices in payment options at checkout. An integrated checkout experience, eBay will manage the entire checkout experience, delivering a more streamlined experience for consumers. They signed the agreement with Adyen. be its primary partner for this payment processing stuff, including North America. Adyen powers payment processing for a number of the world's leading global marketplaces and brings to this partnership a broad global footprint with a flexible and scalable technology platform. Adyen's wide geographic reach and experience at scale extends to more than 150 currencies and over 200 methods of payment. That's really wonderful that you want to make it so that they can you can get money from all over the world. Here's the thing, eBay, you keep forgetting that the sellers have to ship the stuff. That costs the money, eBay, and that is not cheap either. Shipping the shit overseas costs a lot of a dough. Additionally, eBay and PayPal have aligned on terms to offer PayPal as a way to pay a checkout on the eBay intermediated model until July 2023. PayPal will remain an important partner to eBay. So does that mean that after July 2023, we're not going to be able to use PayPal at all on eBay? That's one of my questions. I'm going to have to email this and that. So there's going to probably be a follow-up to this. So I'm going to end up having to email that questions thing and ask, because I kind of have like a couple questions. So there's going to be a follow-up to this topic, so expect that. Long-term investments. eBay has made this as like a long-term investment. They want to improve their business, which is fine. I mean, it's what you want to do. If you have a business, you want to constantly improve it. You want to take it and expand it. You want to make sure that it grows and it's not going to stay small. If it stays too small, you're going to start driving people away to their competition. But if you go too big, you're not going to be able to keep up with it. Think Krispy Kreme. The company's payment team is led by Alyssa Cutright, Vice President of Payments, and Jingming Lee, Vice President of Payments Platform, to oversee the business and product development, as well as Vinette Bohanan, Vice President of Risk Management, leading the payments risk management team. Together, these leaders bring significant payments experience from Alipay, Google, HSBC, Square, and Wells Fargo. Over time, eBay expects to have a team of several hundred business, product, and risk specialists driving its payment capabilities. And all of this just happens now. The timing, like I said, was they're going to be rolling this out in North America the second half of 2018. So, like June or July, I think they're probably going to start things. That would be the second half. The first half would end in June, second half would start in July. Expanding in 2019 under the terms of the operating agreement with PayPal, and in 2021 they hope to have transitioned away from PayPal and into this new marketplace. Sellers will engage with eBay in an intermediated landscape will for the most part be very similar as they do today. For example, sellers will not need to change their accounts with eBay. Oh, thank God for that. You will not need to change your accounts. That's a good thing. Sellers will continue to log into eBay and manage their listings as they do today. As eBay begins to intermediate payments, sellers can expect to see new streamlined dashboards and reports inclusive of payments all within eBay. So in other words, you're finally updating the seller section of your site. The thing that when I log in and I go to selling, you're finally updating that. You have updated the My eBay page where I have my watch list, my other lists, and things that I've bought, and things that I'm bidding on or I'm trying to make an offer on. You have updated that countless times. You have updated the selling section for you to list your items, but you have never, for the longest time, updated that selling section. That's the same selling section as when I started. Now you finally update it. Wow. Had to come at this, huh? So they're going to work closely, though, with sellers to ensure that its new payment capabilities reflect their needs and deliver value to them. To enable payments in their eBay account, sellers should expect to provide eBay with some additional payments-related data. Probably your bank account information and a routing number so that they can send you your money so they can cut PayPal completely out of the woodwork. So in other words, I guess I can kiss my PayPal account goodbye in a few years, which is sad. Let's see here. Sellers will be required to complete these steps in order to continue selling on eBay. And it is anticipated that this transition for sellers will occur no later than 1 year after the expiration of eBay's operating agreement with PayPal, i.e. by July of 2021. Yeah. So you're going to have to provide new payment data, like I said, and transition to a new relationship with eBay that includes integrated payments capability. So I'm wondering if that's going to mean, hey, we're going to have to make sure your account, we're going to have to hold your money for like a day or two till we verify that it's you, then we can give it to you. That'll be great. Let's basically be like we're all starting off as newbies again. As eBay gets closer to the initial phase of its intermediation efforts, we will share more details about this process and the next steps for its sellers. In the meantime, sellers can contact eBay now at, like I said, paymentsinfo@ebay.com, which I'm going to ask a couple questions. To stay up to date on eBay's payments effort and timing, share feedback, and ask questions. Yeah, I have a couple questions, so I'm going to be emailing that. Probably after I'm done recording the podcast this week, I'm probably going to be emailing them, because I have a few questions I'd like to answer. eBay's payment initiative is expected to deliver value to customers through an improved shopping experience, enhanced selling tools, and streamlined costs. The company is committed to working closely with its seller community to address the features and benefits that are most important to them and to ensure a smooth payments transition. But what's funny is that I looked up that Adyen. I went on to their thing, and they do have a thing for PayPal. So PayPal is one of the things that they handle. So I'm kind of looking at this and I'm like, well, if they do PayPal, why am I not? Because it almost seems like you can still use PayPal with eBay, but once eBay's deal with them is expired, once their operating agreement's expired, you can't use PayPal anymore on eBay. That's what it seems like, which is kind of weird because that's been a staple on eBay for how many years now? Hell, since it started, I think. But Adyen has a PayPal section where it's like they handle PayPal. So I'm kind of wondering, does that mean we can't do PayPal anymore or what? Because that'll bother me if I can't use PayPal. It means I'll have to get rid of an account that I actually have no problem with, but I'll have to get rid of it for nothing. Which will bother me in multiple ways. Oh, sorry about that, I just dropped something. But that'll bother me in multiple ways because I kind of like my PayPal account. I'm used to it. But the way eBay's making it sound like is that you're not allowed to have it anymore after our expiration date of our operating agreement. So, if you want to check it out, I will have the links in the description, both for Adyen and for eBay's story on their own news thing here. So you can check those out and make an opinion on your own. But I will keep you up to date on this because like I said, I'm going to be sending them an email either tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to be sending them an email because I kind of have a couple questions that I kind of want answered. So I got a couple questions. A couple things about this worry me, and I'm just a little curious about what I'm going to need. I'm just curious. So I'm going to send a couple questions along, like I said, either tonight or tomorrow. And I will update you on it out there probably next week, I guess, or if I get a response back. But yeah, so look forward to that. But in the meantime, so eBay's signed a deal with Adyen. PayPal stock, though, because I was looking up stories about this, trying to figure out what in the hell was going on. PayPal stock took a nosedive after this. So that's not going to be too good for the company. They're liable to get bought out by somebody else just to save their ass. I don't know. I don't follow the stock market much, but that was the one thing that they were talking about in the article that I found to help me try to understand this. But so there is that. But like I said, I will be keeping everybody up to date on this. But there you go. So if you have eBay, look forward to it in the next couple years to say goodbye to PayPal and have a whole new experience on eBay because they want to become their own singular entity. Which, in all honesty, like I said, that's what bothers me and scares me. It's like, Am I still going to be able to have the freedom to, hey, look, I got money in eBay, or I got money that I can use to buy stuff on eBay, and from sellers, like, okay, I sold a trading card. Does that mean I'm going to get a little more from the trading card? Because, like, right now, if I sell one for 99 cents, I'm only getting, like, 69 cents, if I'm lucky. 69 to 67 cents because of PayPal's fees and eBay's fees. Actually, even that'd be less than, actually. I'd be looking at, like, maybe 57 cents because of PayPal's fee and eBay's fee. So now, if Adyen's going to be making it cheaper, that means I'm going to get a little more, but does that mean I'm going to have to pay more than an eBay fees, or does that mean I'm going to have to pay more down the road, something else? That's what I want to know. But what bothers me, though, about this, like I said, is am I going to have access to my funds? Like, okay, this is what you have in eBay. Do you want to transfer it to your bank account, or do you want to keep it, or what do you want to do with, do you want to use it, or what do you want to do with it? With PayPal, okay, I have money in my PayPal account. I know what to do with, but then it's like, I can just hold it and wait if I need to buy something on eBay, or if I got to look for something on eBay. Hey, look, I can get this done. But with eBay, it's going to be like, well, am I going to have access to my funds? Is it going to be like you don't sell enough on here to warrant you getting immediate... That's another thing that kind of worries me. Is like, because a lot of people will put stuff up on eBay every now and then. I have stuff up constantly because I have junk I try to get rid of to get a little extra spending money. But with eBay, it seems like now it'll be like, well, you don't sell enough to warrant getting instant access to your funds, so you're not going to get instant access to your money, and that's what worries me. But if that's not going to be the case, I'm fine with that. I mean, if it's going to be, hey, you're going to get instant access to your money, okay, yeah, it's sold, okay, yeah, not a problem, here you go. The money's already in your, little account. It's all fixed up and ready to go. Are you going to get that, or is it just going to get instantly transferred to your bank account, or how is this, song and dance going to work? Because at that point, I'm going to have to be keeping track of a hell of a lot more stuff, and I don't want to be doing that. Whereas with PayPal, it's like, okay, it went to the PayPal account, then I can figure out what I wanted to do with it from there. I mean, can I option for that, or is it going to be like a separate thing? Like, okay, you have your own little account with eBay. Okay, you're in your eBay account. Here's the funds that you currently have available that you can use. Do you want to withdraw that to your bank account? Do you want to spend it? What do you want to do with it? That's what I'm more concerned about, what it's going to let you do. Otherwise, I think it's a step in the right direction. Like I said, they're the company wants to expand. In all honesty, this would seem like the next logical step. But at the same time, like I said, it makes me nervous because, hey, you want to expand, but do you know what you're doing beforehand? Like, you're 100% sure you have all the bugs figured out with this before you try doing it to half the people that you want to try to later this year. Because keep in mind, you could easily go, okay, we're going to release this in the second half of 2018, and immediately have massive issues happen where nobody's able to access their PayPal accounts. Nobody's able to access, both. Nobody's able to access their email account, their eBay accounts, their PayPal accounts can't be accessed through eBay anymore, and all of a sudden you have a massive issue on your hands all because of this. That's a humongous setback that you don't need. So like I'm saying, I would test this first on a small scale, like maybe 10 or 15 dummy accounts you fixed up for this purpose. Test it on that. Then make sure that it works. You have all the bugs, all the bells and whistles figured out, and all the bugs worked out of the system. Then roll it out in small doses to everybody else and give them a feel for it. The way you make it seem like is that you want to up and create half a dozen, like you want to just unroll this to everybody in North America, or at least half of North America, in the second half of 2018, or all of North America probably. I'm probably reading it wrong. You probably want all of North America. And then you're going to try to figure out a way to fix the problems that happen as it's happening in North America. So like all of a sudden somebody could go, hey, I bought something on eBay, but it hasn't been shipped yet. Yeah, it hasn't been shipped yet because the seller hasn't received their funds. and the seller can't ship it out until they receive their funds, but eBay's saying, no, you have to ship it out now, then we're right back where we started to begin with, hey, I shipped out the item, I didn't get any payment for it, now the person has the item and I have no money. So we have that issue that could happen. That's what, like I said, so too many things with this worry me. While at the same time, I think it's a good idea. I have so many concerns that it's not funny. So like I said, I am going to be emailing them because I have a couple questions that I'd really like answered, at least try to put my concerns to rest. So there will be an update to this. Look forward to it. There will be an update to this. I promise you that. Alright, so the Nintendo Switch, love it or hate it, it's here to stay. And here's the thing, it has officially surpassed the Wii U's worldwide lifetime sales, which really isn't that difficult to do, taking that the Wii U sucked. I mean, when you have Reggie, the poster boy for why you should always go to school, kids, and I mean that in the most sincere way possible, you grimy little jackass. But, when you have him out there pitching the Wii U going, this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. This is so wonderful. This is going to sell hundreds of thousands of units. And this is going to be like a major console hit. You have him out there doing that, and then all of a sudden, it tanks. That's when you really got to look at your life and go, I lied through my teeth. The Nintendo Switch comes along and it goes crazy right out of the gate. And it just gets better and better. So Nintendo revealed its third quarter report on Wednesday, and its Nintendo Switch console surpassed the lifetime worldwide unit sales of the Wii U, which were 13.56 million units. So what I want to know is how you get 0.56 million. So, I mean, how do you get 0.56 of a million? I never understood that. The Switch has sold 14.86 million units as of December 31st. So that's actually not bad. The top 7 Switch titles for December are as follows, too. Super Mario Odyssey got 9.07 million units sold. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was 7.33 million. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a meager 6.70 million. Splatoon 2, 4.91 million. 1-2 Switch, 1.88 million. ARMS, 1.61 million. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, 1.06 million units sold, rounding out the list. So, of course, you're not going to beat the poster child for Nintendo, which is Mario. I mean, come on. He's a Mario! Wah! Of course he's going to top of the list. So Nintendo announced last month, though, that the Switch sold more than 10 million units worldwide as of December 10th, 15 days before Christmas, and the system launched worldwide last March. An estimated 330,637 units were sold in Japan within 3 days of its launch. It surpassed 500,000 units in Japan in 4 weeks, outpacing the PlayStation 4, and at the same time period, basically Nintendo standing on top of that happy little podium, or the happy little pedestal, where you have third place, second place, and you have Mario holding up a Switch going, "Wah-ha! I'm the number one!" Yes, I know I'm doing some very, very sad Mario impersonations. It's very sad, I know. It surpassed 1 million units in Japan last June, and the system sold more than 4.8 million units in the United States. And is the fastest-selling home video game system in the United States, a record that Nintendo's Wii system previously held. And this was the one that so many people couldn't get their hands on. That there were, I actually remember this year, because my mom worked at an elementary school cafeteria, and one of the kids goes, I got a Wii. She thought he had to go to the bathroom. Then he explained what it was. So she's telling me, she goes, one of the students told me I got a Wii. I go, oh, he got the game system. first I was laughing a little bit, and I actually thought Bathroom 2 in the back of my mind, but I'm thinking, wait, little kid, I got a Wii, he's excited. I'm going to go with a 50-50 shot here and go with the game console. I played one of the Wii's. I don't own one, but I played one of the Wii consoles at Best Buy for a demo that they had up. It's actually quite fun. It's really good and easy to control and play with. The Switch, I haven't even played a demo for it. I've seen it. I'm just not much of a console guy. I mean, I got my tablet. I have a computer. I don't have a console that... Hell, I don't really have any games for a console. I mean, I got some games for a console, but I'm trying to get rid of them. They're like the last of their era. I mean, I have like an old DS. So, yeah, there's that. But, I mean, all in all, it's just really weird and just out of the ordinary. But still, it's not a bad thing, and I'm glad that the Switch is doing good. But I still have my major issues about it, and I made those clear podcasts ago. So many episodes ago I made that clear with the whole, oh yeah, you know, how they were doing the battery and everything. You can switch from this to this, and I'm like, what are they going to have, like a place to, like in a rural area, have like a solar charger that comes out of it. You can stand there in the middle of the town and play video games or something with everybody, which, you know, maybe Nintendo should work on that. Include like a solar adapter that can extend upward, and some type of third-party monitor you can attach to as a makeshift TV to both solar monitor, to both solar power supply and the Wii and the Switch base, and go that route. And if Nintendo takes that idea, I want everyone out there to know that I thought of it first. And I will want my comeuppance from Nintendo. I'll take some stock. But anyway, in all honesty, I'm happy for Nintendo. They really deserve this. And they're really the only game in town anymore, so it's not really like they have any competition to worry about. I mean, Sony's screwed. They've openly expressed that they're doomed. I mean, unless they come out with holographic technology for a video game console where you're basically playing holograms, or you're literally jumping yourself into your game system, they're doomed from the start. They're doomed because the same old system just isn't working anymore. The next logical step, if Sony wants to be ahead of the game, would be hologram technology, like taking your VR stuff to the next level where you don't need the VR, but hey, we got hologram. That'd be your next best bet. Otherwise, you're kind of, I mean, Sony's out of it. Microsoft's out of it. Their Xbox One S, or, like I said, that should have stayed named Project Scorpio. It really should have. That's doomed them on top of it. They should just focus more on their computer systems. Focus more on your updates and why they have to be 4 gigabytes in size above anything else. But they're pretty much out of the video game market. And Nintendo's pretty much good. So yeah, Nintendo's, like I said, they're standing high up on their on the first place spot. I mean, nobody that's gonna take them down. And they know it. Nobody has the gumption to take on Nintendo, and nobody has the, capital and the ideas and the product that go up against them. And if they did, that would be an interesting show to see who would win that. I mean, this isn't like the year with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, where you were basically having the battle between the two of them. And here's the poor Wii U just sitting there in the background going, nobody loves me. And in all honesty, I felt sorry for it, but then you remember how bad it actually was. It's like, yeah, there's a reason why nobody loves you. You suck. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. You suck. There's a reason why nobody loves you. So, yeah, you feel that you have that hurting sensation for it, where you feel bad for it, but at the same time, it's like, that's all it basically is, but, that's it. But, yeah, I feel sorry for it, but I'm just glad that Nintendo's coming back with their Switch system, that's picking up. They did announce that Labo, I think it's called. I don't know what the hell that is. It's like a wooden Switch. Either it's like a skin for the thing or something. I don't know. Looks kind of weird, but hey, I mean, they're in first place. They could literally come out with gag with a gag and sort of humorous charging ports for the Switch, and they'll still be on top of the market. You could have a literal pile of fake dog crap that basically is what you plug your Switch into. The docking stations, like literal dog, like a fake dog crap. And it's like, well, where's your Switch? Oh, it's in the pile of poo over there. I'm not going to touch that. Oh, no, it's fake. It's just a docking station. It's the accessory that I got, man. It's really cool. Or you could have one that's like a slice of pizza or a book. One that makes it look like it's something that would blend in so that nobody would know what it is. Just to really give it that next edge. But, like I said, you're still in first place regardless. So, congratulations, Nintendo. You deserve it. Congratulations. Big time. Woohoo! Congratulations. You earned it. Alright, so here's an interesting topic. The next line in the Gundam Build series is officially coming out this spring, and oh boy am I excited for it. I saw the prologue for it today, and it honestly, it whets my appetite for it. It really does. The new entry in the Build series is Gundam Build Divers. It's actually, Divers. My apologies, Divers. It's actually really interesting, and I did see the prologue of it today. It's a 14-minute long prologue, English subtitled. However, I only saw it without the subtitles because I forgot to click that button. That just tells you how much of this stuff that I watch because it just didn't really bother me. I was just watching it for the action. The site describes the prologue as following. The Gunpla Force Battle Tournament is a big event held in GBN once per year. Competing in the final round are Avalon, led by champion Koya Kojo, and the Elite 7th Panzer Division, led by Cunning Rommel. Starting with Koya's Gundam AGE-2 Magnum, a variety of Gunpla take to the field to determine which is the strongest force. The one character from the prologue I saw is an actual dog. It's like a white dog. People and animals and other creatures are living in harmony with one another. I think that's really cool. That is not something you have ever seen in a Gundam series to date, and I really appreciate that. Sunrise opened up the website, though, on Friday to reveal Gundam Build Divers, a new television anime series in the Gundam Build Fighters franchise that will premiere on TV Tokyo and its affiliates this spring. The Gundam.info portal site began streaming an English-subbed prologue video on Friday for the new anime. And you can also pull it up on the Gundam Info YouTube channel, which is how I watched it. Highly recommend checking it out. It is really worth it. Highly recommend their YouTube channel, too, by the way. If you're a Gundam fan like I am, it's a good place to go. Old school Gundam, like Zeta, Double Zeta. New Gundam, like Iron-Blooded Orphans. You can watch the Build Fighters. You can even watch some of it dubbed and subbed if you want. That's actually how I first started watching it, was subbed. And I still enjoy it to this day. So the staff for this new entry are as follows. Sunrise is playing it. Shinya Watada is directing it. The original work by Hajime Yatate and Yoshiku Tomino. Series composition by Nobuo Kimura. Original character designs by Hiro Harakazu. Character designs by Shiri Toyoda. It's Toida, by the way, which is really scary. Mechanical designer Kunio Okawara. Kanitake Ibikawa. Juichi Akitsu. I'm really positive if I'm mispronouncing this. I'm slowing down in this. Junya Ishikaki. Ippy Gobiu. Kenji Terakoa. Shinya Terashima. Takayuki Yasune and Naohiro Washo. Washio, and I do apologize again if I'm mispronouncing names. I'm not going to go in for the rest of it. You got Chief Mechanical Animators, art. Well, the art's by Studio Naya, which is actually pretty cool. I've actually seen some of their stuff. Planning cooperation by the Bandai Hobby Division. No duh, they're the people that actually put up the money for this. Production cooperation by ADK, and production by TV Tokyo, Sunrise, and Sotsu. Sunrise does a lot of good Gundam series, and in all honesty, TV Tokyo is one of the top channels for anime and other shows in Japan, so it's actually really good that they're helping with this. I mean, in all honesty, they're one of the companies that you figure, okay, they have deep pockets, but I swear they don't have that deep of pockets. It's just that they really pick good stuff. If it's not good to them, they're not going to carry it. The official website for the Gundam Build Fighters franchise teased in December that there would be a new project for the franchise, stating that it would reveal more information on February 2nd, which I did talk about, by the way, and I just skipped my mind. The first Gundam Build Fighters television anime series aired back in October 2013 to March of 2014, with Build Fighters Tri airing from October of 2014 till April of 2015. Both series, by the way, were highly, highly good. Though if I had to pick one over the other, I would go with Tri over the original. Mostly because it had a really sweet episode that came out the week before Christmas. I remember that episode. That was cool. Let's see. Okay. Gundam Build Fighters Tri also had their Island Wars television special, which aired in August of 2016. Gundam Info streamed both series and the special with English subtitles as they aired in Japan, and Crunchyroll later added the two series streaming. Right Stuff released both series on Blu-ray and on Blu-ray disc and DVD in North America in 2016. That's actually pretty cool. The Gundam Build Extra Battle Project is comprised of two different anime: Gundam Build Fighters GM no Gyakushu or GM's Counterattack, and Gundam Build Fighters Battlelog. The Gundam.info portal site also began streaming the Gundam Build Fighters GM anime in August, and the site also streamed the 5-episode Gundam Build Fighters Battlelog anime as new episodes premiered once a month from August through December. By the way, the Battlelogs, while good, weren't exactly that great, and I watched them on YouTube because I can pull up the stuff on the Gundam Info YouTube channel, and it's actually from the same people that do the Info portal site. Gundam.info on YouTube, Gundam Info. It's the same thing. They weren't bad, but they weren't good either. It basically was both things, from like the original Build Fighters to Build Fighters Tri, and everything in between. There was one where we got to see Reggie again from Build Fighters. One where you saw Gyako and... God, her name escapes me off the top of my mind. The girl from Build Fighters Tri that was part of Team Tri Fighters. She and those two were teamed up. You had Yuma and his rival were in a battle. So it was good, but at the same time, it wasn't what you were expecting, and they were short. I mean, like 5 to 7 minutes an episode. They were short. They were good, but they were short. But all in all, I'm glad we're getting a new series in this, and it looks, like I said, I want to stress this before I go any further. It looks amazing. And what I'm actually kind of hoping that they do next, because this would be a good idea to tie in with this, since you're calling this one Build Divers, because they're like diving into the game, why not include a tie-in app game for devices like Androids and iPads, like Apple and Android devices? You know, hint, hint. It would actually be a good idea. Oh, look, we can give them something like they play in the thing. You can create your own Gunpla. You can pilot it in either first-person view or in third-person view. You know, you could battle it just like you did on the show or something. That would be pretty cool. And there's sort of an idea. Hint, hint. You just have to get a skywriter and write it in the sky for you guys. It would be pretty cool. But anyway, like I said, I'm glad that this is something that they did. I'm glad that this is something that's coming out. We needed a third one. Granted, I would have liked to have seen like a combo of the two series together, but I'm not going to argue with this after watching the prologue for it. The prologue was freaking amazing. I mean, it was sweet like you wouldn't believe. The fact that we finally have a Gundam series where you have humans and other creatures that are living in harmony with one another, like dog creatures that speak English, or at least speak human, what look like dragon mythical creatures and other things. All of that just excites the crap out of me. I'm so happy for it. I like it. I'm enjoying every second of it. So, it's a good time to be a Gundam fan, is what I'm saying. It really is. It's a damn good time to be a Gundam fan. Okay, who remembers these immortal words that were once echoed in movie theaters across the world? Marty, you've got to come back with me. Well, if you answered the end of Back to the Future, congratulations, you are correct. Now, if you also know who One Punch Man is, well then, congratulations. You have not been living under a rock for the last 3 years. Anyway, that was a stupid way to segment into this, but anyway, Yusuke Murata is going to be launching a manga based on Back to the Future. Yeah. The 1985 film's writer Bob Gale supervises a web series with new story content. So the manga artist is announced that the Ready Player One film celebration event, which by the way, I still want to watch. It actually does seem kind of interesting. Because that's the one where you actually see the flying DeLorean, you saw the Iron Giant. There's a whole bunch of good old nostalgic cheese in that really makes you swim in Velveeta. It really does. So he announced in Tokyo on Thursday that he will launch BTTF, a manga series based on the 1985 American science fiction film Back to the Future. So the first time I think that an American science fiction or anything that was made here in the U.S. is influencing an anime. Or just a manga, for that matter. Ooh, hey, maybe we'll get a Back to the Future anime series. Nah. Ugh. We already had a crappy cartoon series. We don't. No. The Japanese couldn't make that good. Trust me. The film screenwriter Bob Gale is supervising the manga, which will include story content not seen in the film. Oh, please tell me this isn't going to be X-rated and Marty's going to do his mom. Oh, please no. The manga will begin serialization in the Kono Manga ga Sugo website at a date to be announced later on. However, Murata plans to publish the first compiled book volume on April 20th. Although the website describes the manga as based on the 1985 film, the preview illustration also features characters from the film's two sequels. Yes, remember, this is the trilogy series. Back to the Future Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Personally, the first and the second one were good. The third one, however, kiss-off ending. Big-time kiss-off ending. Still want to know how Doc Brown made a time-traveling device when there was no plutonium back in the 1800s in the old freaking West. But I don't care! Murata is still working on the manga, but the Kono Manga ga Sugo site is presenting a page in the first chapter's color opening. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Murata noted that drawing the actor Michael J. Fox as the main lead Marty McFly is a extremely high hurdle to overcome, but he vows to do his best. No offense, but drawing anybody on paper is an extremely high hurdle because human face features are different. Trust me, I tried tracing people off television to get a picture of them, you lose so much detail in the face because it's shadowing, it's shading, and everything else. You lose so much detail. It isn't funny. But Robert Zemeckis directed the film, which follows Marty McFly, a high school student living in Hill Valley, California, in 1985. During an interrupted experiment with his scientist mentor, Dr. Emmett Brown. My name is Professor Emmett Brown. It's Dr. Emmett Brown. Marty travels back in time 30 years ago to 1955. After he meets his future father and mother, he must restore the past to return to the future. Basically, it was fix what you screwed up, get back to the town square, hit the wire at 88 miles an hour when the lightning bolt strikes it, to kick in the flux capacitor to activate the time circuits so that you can go back to 1955. So you can go back to 1985. But at the same time, you decide to try and tell me that I'm going to get shot in 1985, and possibly screwed over all of history, but then again, you did enough of that by having your father beat the crap out of the town bully. You know what? Screw it. I don't care. Let's just tread all over history. I'm going to go back to Genghis Khan and kick him in the nuts. That's basically what the movie was. He didn't actually go back to Genghis Khan, though, but you get the point. Viz Media released all 37 volumes of Murata and Richikuri Inaka's iShield 21 manga in North America. The manga inspired a 145-episode anime series in 2005 to 2008, and Sentai Filmworks released the series on home video in 2010 and 2011. Crunchyroll is streaming the series online. After iShield 21, Murata and web manga creator One launched the ongoing One Punch Man manga in Shueisha's free Tonari no Young Jump website in 2012. The series is a remake of One's original web manga of the same name. Viz Media is releasing the series digitally in its weekly Shonen Jump manga anthology. Don't even get me started. And is also releasing the series in print. The manga also inspired a television anime which Viz streamed as it aired in Japan. The anime staff announced a second television season. So anyway, we're going to get back to the future in manga form. Alright! Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the 80s are coming to you with some good old nostalgic cheese. Aw, man. Now all we need is somebody... Oh, no. You know what? How about Akira Toriyama recreating the Karate Kid in manga form? Could you see that? Akira Toriyama trying to draw Mr. Miyagi in Dragon Ball Z, in Dragon Ball style? Oh, God. I can just... Oh my God, I can just see that all of a sudden, wax on, wax off, hold the floor. As Daniel-san continued to wax on and wax off, Miyagi did training of his own. I mean, I can see that. That would be scary, but there you go. Let's have Akira Toriyama do the Karate Kid. Let's have that. I mean, Pat Morita sadly isn't around anymore, but Ralph Macchio is. I wonder how he'd feel about that. What's a manga? Oh, God. Oh, God, that'd be funny. Oh, now I kind of want to see that happen now. Let's see how big of a hit this Back to the Future thing is first before we get the Karate Kid in manga form. That'd be kind of interesting. You know, the ancient form, you know, the ancient art of karate. You just have like a whole bunch of people doing different poses. And then you just flash to the old man trying to catch a fly with chopsticks. Oh, God, that would be hilarious. You know what's funny? I would actually buy... I paid money to kickstart that. Akira Toriyama, if you're listening, if anybody out there is listening, I will actually put money into a kickstart of this. It wouldn't be much, mind you, but I'll put some in for a Kickstarter for a Karate Kid manga series featuring Mr. Miyagi and Daniel-san, the continuing adventures that you didn't see in the movies. I would pay for this. I would be a backer. I probably wouldn't give more than $10, but I would back this project. I would back this project. I would not give more than $10, but I would back it. Oh, God. I mean, if it's the fact that I couldn't draw for beans, I mean, if I could actually draw half decent, I would probably try this myself. But I can't draw for beans, so I couldn't draw to save my life. So there you go. But, oh, man. So we're getting a Back to the Future manga. Let's hope we get some more decent ones. I mean, I don't want a Breakfast Club manga, but I will take a Karate Kid manga. I will take that. Hands down, I will take that. Alright, everybody, well, that's going to do it this week for the absolutely, completely random podcast. I'd like to thank all of my subscribers. I'd like to thank all of the people that make this podcast a reality. And you know what? It wouldn't be anything without listeners like you. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for being here every single week, listening to my rantings and ravings of a mad lunatic. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be playing a game on a Saturday night or trying to contemplate why I don't have a life or a girlfriend or a date. Why my social life sucks. But I'm here because I care. And because I don't have a social life. Mostly because I don't have a social life. But anyway, until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. If you have any topic ideas, feel free to drop them in my discussion section on my YouTube channel. Or email them to me at acrpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can even let me know on Twitter @OtakuRhodes any topic you'd like me to talk about on the podcast. Remember, I record the podcast either on a Friday night or a Saturday, depending on the week. So Thursday would be the cutoff for any and all topics. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the absolutely completely random podcast. I'm going to be going to bed soon because I'm getting tired. I will see everyone and be here for you all next week. Same time, same channel. And again, I don't care about the Super Bowl. I hate both the teams that are in it. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't care who wins. Bye, everybody, and have a nice week.